Good morning, gurus. Welcome to another episode. I hope you're having a beautiful morning. Bitcoin, Ethereum ETF got approved yesterday. First, it was expected that it would be approved. Then Gary Gensler delayed it for 6 hours till 10 p.m. And then it dropped massively. Then it was approved. Then it pumped again. The same way they did the Bitcoin ETF release. Very weird. They want that drop first so it kills the potential pump. Hit the subscribe button, smash up, thumbs up, and turn on the bell. Let's jump into technicals for Bitcoin and Ethereum now. We're going into technicals. This was me yesterday, by the way, 1 day ago. Closer on the 4 hourly, still looking bull flaggy, still inverse head and shoulders, pumped out, volume a little bit dropping off, but not so bad. Stochastic on the 4 hourly resetting. I would still try to take the trade from 66k to be a safer trade. And you can see here and how to trade for 3 Bitcoin. 66,200 is where I put my buyers yesterday, and look where Bitcoin price came down to. Bitcoin price came down to 66,000. Look at that, 66,299. 66,299. My 3 Bitcoin trade would have activated by $9, unfortunately. But I still don't take it as a miss. I take it that I did well and I predicted that the drop, and I just missed out, because if it had activated that trade at 66,200 for 3 Bitcoin and then this bounce, I would be currently up $1,600 per Bitcoin times 3, so it would have made $5,000. So it was a great trade. It just missed the entry. Let's go on to the longer term time frames. Month stochastic overbought, coming down, 3rd to 4th wave finished, 4th to 5th wave in effect, final impulse. The big resistance you can see is at 88k. Let's go closer. And again, I'd be very cautious going heavy long and buying very big spot positions up here. I was buying very, very long and very big spot positions, and I had 19 Bitcoin longs. I had big spot positions at 15 to 16k in 2022-23 on these videos. Now we're at 70k. I would be very careful going heavy long and heavy spot here. You missed it at 15, 16k. You can still try to take the meat of the move, but it's going to be very difficult and a lot of potential. So you have to put the buy orders like I did, like 66,200, even though we were at 70,000, 72,000, that was a $6,000 drop, and that trade just missed it by $99. So I try to set my buys at very low liquidation points when we're very high up, because you can easily have a spike down on some bad news like we did with the ETF first being delayed. This is Bitcoin. The Crypto Guru bot fired a Bitcoin buy on 22,000 in February 2023, at 20,000 actually, and stochastic turning up. Let's go closer on the daily. Big pullback yesterday. That was my trade was almost perfect. Look at that. From 72k when Bitcoin was, and I had set the trade at 66,200, and it came down to 66,200. Now, that failed the breakout there, so that's something to be concerned about. We failed a breakout here on Bitcoin. It made a lower low, everyone. Higher, high, lower high, lower high, and then another lower high compared to the previous one. So it's almost a triple top. You could say that's a triple top, and it's back inside the trend line. So be cautious here, but a lot of support. We came down from 72 all the way down to yesterday from 70 to 66. So it still has potential on bad news drops. So just keep that in mind. Where I would take a long on Bitcoin now is I would keep this long at 60k. Why? Because potentially we did get rejected here. Now we either have a chance now to push back up with a lot of volume and break out and continue towards that 88k, or we got rejected and we come back down. Just like you could see the previous months. When Bitcoin got rejected, 70k came down to 59k. Got rejected 71k, came down to 63k. Got rejected 72k, came down to 58k. Got rejected 66k, came down to 56k. Now got rejected 72k, came down to 66k. So now I would want to find the strongest area of support, which right now, very strong area of support I would say is here. 59k is a very strong area of support right now. 56 also, but you can see, and the main support is this big yellow trend line that Bitcoin has been bouncing on all year. It's possible to do that, but again, the monthly support now is the strongest one that we've got here. So I would try to take a long from there if there is some large pullback. This is my safer trade from super strong support. Let's make it even 60K. And I should put it a little bit higher because I missed that 66K by just a few hundred, by $99 because it was a bit lower than, it's a tiny bit lower. And the target 88K. That's the safer trade I'd take on Bitcoin, 60,200. Take stop loss 59,600. Take profit 88K, risking $958 per Bitcoin to make 29,600 with no leverage. With 10x leverage, $290,000 profit. That's the safer trade I would take on Bitcoin. And for a riskier trade, I would take again from this support that we just had a bounce off. Maybe a little bit lower on some spike. There's a lot of support here. Safer trade, I'll take at 64 and take profit, riskier trade and take profit 88. This is a riskier trade, so tighter stop loss on riskier trades. Bigger trades like this, where you can catch it near the bottom, you can put a bit more stop loss. That's how I would do it anyway. This is my trade I would take on Bitcoin. The riskier one opened 64,700, stop loss 64,116, and take profit 88K. Safer trade I would take is at 60,200. So now I'm going to modify my old trade over on Bybit. If you want to trade like you see me do, go underneath the videos. Down below, go underneath the video. Bybit, you get a $30,000 bonus when you use this link to trade. Take the crypto master course to learn trading and get the crypto guru bot, and join us in Telegram. There's 9,000 of you trading. So I would take this trade 64,700. So over on Bybit, I've got buys. You can see here, I have that 3 Bitcoin buy at 60. Oh no, it's already closed. So now I'm going to open 64,766. I'll take a 3 Bitcoin long at 64,000. 64,000. Riskier trade, I'll take less. 2 Bitcoin long. 64. But big support here. But 2 Bitcoin long at 64,766. Open long. 2 Bitcoin, 64,766. Order cost $6,000. So that's 2 Bitcoin buy at 64,766. And I've got that 10 Bitcoin buy at 60,700. But it's 60,200. Let's modify. 60,250. Let's put 10 Bitcoin buy. 60. So I've got 2 buys now. 10 Bitcoin buy 64,700. 2 Bitcoin buy 64,766. 10 Bitcoin buy 60,250. And again, if you're saying I'm too conservative, yesterday we just missed out on that bounce with 3 Bitcoin. So that trade would have, I mean, on that bounce as well, at some point it had a huge bounce. We got a bounce from here to here. So 3% from 66 to 68,400. So I would have made 2,200 per Bitcoin trade. So it would have been $6,000 trade. So setting them lower is safer when you're at 70K. When you were at 17K, you could have set it. You could have set those trades more risky. Now that we're at 70K, you need to be very secure on your trades. Those are the 2 trades I would take on Bitcoin. And those are the 2 trades I've set up on Bybit. I've also got spot 1 Bitcoin buy at 61K, pocket 10 cents, and world $3.60. I've got 619 in this account. Before the drop last night, I went from 615 to 636, and then we had this drop. I've got in here 218K cash plus 78K cash here in derivatives plus 14K. So it's around 100. So I've got around 300K in cash. 1 Bitcoin 67K down 2.3%. Doge 54K down 4%. Let's check out Doge. I think Doge is going to pump out. And let's look at Ethereum. I'll do Doge in the next video. Actually, let's try and do Doge now. Let's check out Ethereum. Ethereum breaking out of this massive descending triangle. Huge breakout on Ethereum from this descending triangle. Built pressure, built pressure, built pressure, and exploded out with volume. Went to 3,800. If you missed out on Ethereum, the time to get in is on some kind of... That pullback was a beautiful one. If you could have entered at that when they first thought they denied the ETF, that's a strong support then. So trying to catch a long from there with the tight stop loss. Catching the long now is dangerous because you can have quite severe pullbacks if some bad news comes out or some delay. That's the long I would try and take on Ethereum. And if we look at the bigger time frame, you can see a huge cup and handle forming here on Ethereum that goes back the whole bear market. If that plays out, the target of this giant cup and handle will be the base of the cup, so up to here distance, and the target will take us to 5,300 on Ethereum. So trying to catch a pullback and trying to catch this move out of the ETF. That's the trade I'll take on Ethereum, 3517. The reason you can't just open a mega leverage long now or enter here is because it can easily wick down and stop loss, just like it did on the potential of the cancelled ETF announcement. The delay, it dropped it all the way to 3,500. Then they announced it a few hours later, bounced back. So just be careful. The meat of the move already taken. That's the move I'll take on Ethereum. Let's check out Doge, 15. And Doge, you can see a bigger overall symmetrical triangle on the descending triangle that builds pressure. If that breaks out, that would be a beautiful target. The base of the triangle would be the breakout from 70% of the move. So 23 cents would be the target of this breakout. And then when we zoom out, but it can easily come back to, again, Doge can come back to, before a breakout, it could pull back to this trend line because usually they break out 70% of the move. So it could do something like this on Doge, bounce, rejected, come down to 10 cents, and then break out. Very possible of this rejection. Let's zoom out. When you zoom out, you can see also on Doge, a huge cup and handle formed as well on Doge. A lot of patterns are showing this big cup and handle forming on Bitcoin also. The base of the cup is potential breakout to this distance here. If this plays out on Doge, say we pull back first to that green line, like you can see, if that plays out, target would be 30 cents on Doge, which is very possible. You can see that descending triangle. Unlike Ethereum, it hadn't already finished. It tried to break out early yesterday, but then that announcement sent it back in. That's the trade I would take on. So on Doge, I would take this trade. Tight stop loss. Take profit. That's the trade I would take on Doge. Risk to reward 45 times. Opening at 11 cents, 12 cents, and closing at 29 cents. I'm going to open this trade over on Doge. So I'll set buy orders on Doge at 12 cents. Buy orders on Doge at 12 cents. I'll do a $20,000, $30,000 buy. Doge at 12 cents, $30,000 buy, and I'll open a leverage long on Doge. Leverage long on Doge at 11.20. So let's do 11.50. And I'll do a $10,000 leverage long. So I'll get, oh wait, no, that's trade. Doge USDT. I want derivatives on this trade. Doge USDT on derivatives at opening price 0.1150, and I'll get $10,000 cost. So this trade will cost me $10,000. I'm going to open it at 0.115. 1.7 million Doge, $10,000, which would be a $200,000 trade. The problem is the liquidation price is half a cent. It's so risky, that trade. Need to get strong on support. 11.2. I have to reduce it because it's too risky. The liquidation. I'll have to add margin very quickly there. So let's reduce this and add more margin. I'll make it a $6,000 trade. Then I'll add more margin to it. Liquidation 10.7. Confirm. So you can see that Doge trade at 11.2 for 1 million Doge. Bitcoin at 64 and Bitcoin at 60,250. Hope you learned a lot. All underneath the video again, go down below. 1 is the exchanges. Bybit gives you a $30,000 bonus when you meet their trading requirements. 2 is the courses. 3 is join us in the Telegram. And over on the Telegram, 111 you of online. People talking about Ethereum. Scooby, the current breakout of Bitcoin would need to be a fake out, I think. I'm not sure. Bitcoin, Ethereum going mad. People sharing trades, information. There's 111 you online. Join and discuss with them. That's my update. This is my ex, James Crypto Guru. I've got 85,000 followers. Bitcoin final wave and Ethereum target 5635. I said this yesterday. List of jobs you can do remotely: administrative assistant, executive virtual assistant, office manager, all these recruiter, HR, auditor, sales manager, all the jobs you can do remotely if you want to look for work online and then invest in crypto. We should limit future wars to drones. Humans will die very fast. If you saw this video, it's crazy. It's like an AI targeting system. See? And Elon Musk commented on it that all wars should be drone wars in the future. I agree 100%. And this is something very important that I just tweeted. SpaceX weighs plans to sell shares valuing firm at $200 billion. And this is the price the retail investor gets to enter. Unlike crypto and ICO, when everyone could have entered at the exact same time as all the VCs and banks, this is why you're getting scammed. You can first enter SpaceX stock at a $200 billion valuation, like every other IPO in the billions of dollars, after all the funds have made their money and VCs have made billions, and then that's when the retail gets to buy and be protected. That's why you need to fight for ICOs and crypto, everyone, and push that any laws stopping you from entering crypto or buying ICOs, push out any politicians that restrict your freedom, because they're part of that Ponzi scheme that wants you to buy into IPOs at $200 billion valuations after the banks have made their money, after the VCs have made their money, and they push this and they say ICO is a scam. Thank you for watching, everyone. Hit the subscribe button, smash up, thumbs up, and turn on the bell. Love you all. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.